Hey everybody, Joseph Rothschild here, aka NBT, back with another electrifying round of Yu-Gi-Oh! Commentary.
It's electric.
This is the
Woogie,
Reddit
woogie,
Championship
woogie.
Series. Me and Hardleg have been at this for a couple of hours now, and the intoxication is setting in. I would say that the pair of us are probably at peak performance at this moment.
I've gone a little crazy.
Yeah, I would say that that is probably true, and also necessary for the craft, as we are casting the final round of this fantastic tournament. On screen at the moment is a list of all of the decks that made top 16, and wow, there's a lot of cool stuff in here.
There's a lot of different things in here. It's very neat.
We've got
There's
Gem
like a
Knight
Gem Knight?
Adamancipator. Yeah, that person I'm sure is having a lot of fun.
I really like what they did with the slice, whoever the artist was, where they kept in part of the Adamancipator.
Yeah, that's kind of dope. I like it. I also like what they did with the Zodiac slice, where they pretended that it was a relevant deck that could take anything. That was really cool too.
And they put Rat Pier in there as though it's like the main part of the deck, even though I'm not sure. Do we even play Rat Pier at this point?
Rat Pier is actually a one-card Fortress Megaclops.
Well,
it is unironically still the best normal summon in the deck.
Well then. I stand corrected.
But Zodiac, Unchained, True Draco, thank goodness, and Salamangreat aside, we are casting the two control decks on this piece of pie. One is the deck that we have all come to know, love, and loathe, Eldlich, and it's a day one build out of Secret Slayers. That's when these decks were due. So as a result, it is slow as molasses, no Auroradon here, versus Subterror, a deck very near and dear to my own heart, and not just because Guru is my husbando.
This will be very interesting to me because I don't know Subterror very well, and I haven't read any of the Eldlich cards yet.
Folks, make sure to, in the comments below, please inform Hardleg as to what the Eldlich cards do. We all know they are very, very hard to understand. There's a ton of text
Link me a video
on
tutorial, please.
Yeah.
I need to understand every minute detail of them.
The important thing to know is that you can make Link Spider with the trap monsters.
Ah, okay.
So we
Very
have
important.
Solar Beam, who is playing Eldlich, versus Altless, who is playing Subterror. We followed them last round, and unfortunately their extremely spicy extra deck was not able to see any play. I hope that we get to see it this time.
Yeah.
I'll just...
Utopia the Lightning, too strong.
Yeah, we'll just spoil it for you. There's 9 Utopias in this 15-card extra deck. It's like
And
double
none of them are
Utopia.
Utopia double.
Yeah, no
for some
double.
reason.
It's like double Utopia, Utopia Ray, Utopia Zero, double Lightning. It's unreal. It's fantastic. This person is literally entering the tournament with hope.
Yeah. It's really weird. I remember looking at the deck list beforehand, and I was like, is it like last year's Guru deck? It doesn't have like any new cards, anything from the last 6 months. It's just like something you picked up from 2019 and just let it go again.
For what it's worth, I kind of like that, right? Like, it's an unknown metagame going into Secret Slayers day one. I don't think anyone expected Eldlich and Adamancipator to be as powerful as they were. So as a result, why not just play what you know is good? Unfortunately,
it's one of the things I really like about Yu-Gi-Oh! Just the fact that you can play like older decks like that. Yeah, maybe they're not that great, but this guy made it into finals.
I guess we'll see if it's any good here. Unfortunately, you kind of need to see Hidden City to be able to make any kind of proactive play turn one, and unfortunately for our Guru friend, the Eldlich player, while they haven't drawn Eldlich specifically, has drawn Bonkers. So this is going to be a learning experience for you, Hardleg. Eldlixir of Black Awakening summons the monster from your deck.
Oh, hey.
Very fun.
That's always useful.
Very fun. Interactive. And next, we will set
And he
5.
has Skill Drain in his hand, which...
I think a lot of people...
anytime you have Skill Drain against a deck that's named after a monster, you're gonna have a bad time.
I think a lot of people thought that this deck wasn't going to be as broken as it is in the OCG because we don't have 3 Skill Drain and it featured so heavily over there. But unfortunately, the trajectory that Eldlich took was like, oh my god, if we don't have to play Skill Drain, we can play monsters with effects. And now you see people just doing like Adamancipator tier combos on their first turn in Eldlich. The Guru here getting struck is basically the end of the game, I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah. And then he's got some kind of little zombie man. That's the one that banishes stuff from the graveyard, right?
It is. So all of the golden land spells and traps have two effects. The first is a non-targeting piece of interaction, and the second is if it's in your graveyard and you haven't activated the other effect this turn, you can banish it to add an Eldlich to your back row. In battle phase, we're going to hit for 18 and 25, and then in main phase 2, I expect we'll be banishing the Eldlich, which targets, or it turns into the Golden Land cards. So they all cycle into each other. Konami decided the only way they were ever going to make Control playable in any capacity was to make the spells and traps all just refuel themselves.
Gotcha. So just spells and traps pooping back and forth forever. It's very romantic.
Oh, man. Let's go to Usenet, boys. I said Link Spider as a joke, but if your opponent isn't interacting with you at all, you can link away the trap monsters for Link Spider as they are normal to get them into the graveyard and get their beneficial effect. We are going to go for this copy of Black Awakening. That's going to set a Golden Land spell or trap, and I think likely we're going to see another Hakero because we have a Conquistador set already. Oh no, going for Golden Land Forever, the Omni Negate. Everyone thought this was going to be the reason to play the deck. Turns out, it's not very good.
Yeah, I know that hardly anyone uses that, even though it's the counter trap. Like, the archetypal counter trap is usually what makes things.
Imagine, like...
Or at least it used to be.
Imagine printing a Solemn and, like, it being the worst card in the archetype.
I mean, that's the weird thing. You look at something like Orcus. Like, I remember when they announced Dingirsu and, what's it called? Crescendo. And the big talk was about Crescendo. They've got a searchable counter trap. And Ding has done way more work. A lot of people just play Crescendo at 1, maybe.
If at all, yeah. So here we're seeing the Scarlet Sanguine. All of the Eldlichs summon a Golden Lord from 2 different zones. Black is deck or hand. White is hand or graveyard. And Scarlet Sanguine is deck or graveyard. This is the most powerful of all of them.
So people don't play the white one, basically.
They play one of the white one for the name.
Gotcha.
All right, so from this position, we can just attack, and I believe that is lethal. Yeah, Guru not able to mount a considerable defense, nor contend with the monsters in Eldlich, which hilariously have 2,500 attack minimum.
And those are level 10s too, right?
Oh, they are. Now, for what it's worth, people have mostly transitioned away from playing Gustav, Max, and Liba because it's, 1, a little bit too cute, and 2, you've got more exciting things to do with the extra deck these days. But at the time of this video's, or this replay's recording, the lists were day 1, and day 1 Secret Slayers meta people 100% expected Liba to be a must-play in this archetype, so we may see some trains.
Yeah. I mean, Liba, I feel like it's just Gaga Cowboy for real men.
Yeah.
I don't really, like, it's never going to be completely bad, because if you ever need to just close out the game and you have the monsters on board, like, just go for game.
It is an immense privilege. This is rank 10 privilege, by the way. It is an immense privilege to be able to be like, oh no, my opponent has a monster I can't possibly out. You get yourselves in like an Infiniclops, a BLS scenario. You're like, how do I possibly win the game? And then you go, wait, I'm playing rank 10s. Let's just fire off a Liba.
Yeah. Let's just burn them for a whole lot. It'll be fun.
So we're leading with the Pot of Extravagance. And from this position, we've basically already won the game. Battle phase will fiend any Solemn Judgments that are set in the Subterror player's back row. And then post-combat, we'll be able to use the hand effect of Eldlich, which can discard itself and a spell or trap card in order to destroy anything on the field.
Is there anything more terrifying when you've set 5 than the phrase "end of battle phase?" ?
I love to build a board and then my opponent to draw a card and go, is battle phase okay? No, it's not! Very much not!
I don't play in real life, but if I did, I imagine I would ask, like, end of battle phase, just whatever I was doing every single turn.
You don't play in real life? Come on.
No.
Playing in real life right now is just the best ever.
That's why we're here, online.
The equivalent to Kaiba threatening suicide in that one episode of Yu-Gi-Oh! Is threatening to cough on your opponent in Game 3.
Okay, so I completely missed what happened.
We have activated the hand effect of Eldlich, the big golden boy. Destroyed an archer. And it looks like we are going to follow it up with a copy of Foolish Burial Goods just to bin an extra name. Black Eldlich is fine. We can banish Black Eldlich because we haven't activated its other effect this turn to set a copy of Guardian. Guardian changes the attack value of a monster to 0, but you play it for the additional name. We'll activate Eldlich's effect in the graveyard. He can send a spell or trap you control to the grave to add himself back to the hand, then summon a zombie you control, or in your hand, to your side of the field. It gains 1,000 attack and defense and can't be destroyed by card effects until the next turn.
Ah, very nice.
It's extremely fair, I promise you. So it looks like
they just have one monster. It's fine.
It looks like they've decided that like one Solemn wasn't enough, so they're gonna go for 3. Solemn Judgment, Golden Land Forever, Conquistador. At end step will trigger the effect of Guardian of the Golden Land, likely to get a Scarlet Sanguine, and it looks like that is the pick.
Just like 3 Solemns and a guy on a horse. You can't lose with that position.
I mean, this is just so frustrating. You know, imagine being the Guru player. You are desperately trying to climb into this game, and your opponent is just able to set 5 literally every single turn without expending a single resource, just by banishing the cards they've already gotten advantage off of. I'm not saying that Eldlich is unfair. I'm just saying we need another Subterra Guru.
And of course, he draws the DD Crow, which is like the one thing you don't want to draw at this point.
Okay, so we are going to use Metaverse to add a card. That'll get Hidden City. Of course, you can't activate Hidden City because it misses timing.
Ah, I did not know that. The more you learn.
All right, we'll fire off the Conquistador.
He's not even going to use the Solemn on it.
Ah, man, the Conquistador is going to fiend the Cosmic, but the Cosmic will likely just fiend one of the 18 Solemns in the back row.
Yeah.
All right.
I was going to say, at this point, like, he's got enough, negation. He's literally got more negates than Atlas has cards.
So, I think we are likely to see this game end quite quickly. We can switch these monsters to attack and get in. You know, future builds of the deck will be able to translate these cards into more competent link summons, but this is about the best it can do now. However, 2 Solemn Judgments is going to be enough, and it looks like Eldlich is going to be the winner of the Reddit Championship Series. This is, truthfully, completely unsurprising to me.
I was going to say sarcastically, I'm honestly surprised at the outcome. Eldlich winning a tournament?
Yeah,
who could have seen it?
I mean, it
I'm
is
honestly
important.
Surprised that Guru got this far going against all the other Eldlich decks.
It is important to understand that these are day 1 builds, so they're not the combo-heavy Eldlich that has now become probably the most popular deck in the format. They're not even the invoked Eldlich that people thought of a couple of minutes after the card's release. They're the hard control-style decks, but showcasing that Solemn Judgment is still enough to win games on its own.
You have 2 of them, and then another counter trap, and then more disruption.
Extremely cool. Very cool, Kanye. So if you enjoyed watching these videos, first of all, thank you for the ad revenue. But secondly, you are able to participate in the next Reddit Championship Series as of this video's uploading. Just go to the link in the description and there will be a sign-up sheet. If you think you can do better than this Eldlich or Guru player, I dare you to prove it to me and Hardleg.